My energy bill dropped from $150 to $50 by doing this. My friends laughed at me when I spent $49 on a...
I have a few questions for you. The first being, I want to go back to 2020, okay?
All right.
Allison and Candace had their fight, right?
Yep.
They no longer talk. It's blamed on Jose, right?
Uh-huh.
That's what they say. Now, in March of 2021, before Summer had gone missing, Sherry and Candace had posted pictures of Sherry and Candace at Chi-Chi's, a restaurant. It was said at that point that they were no longer friends and that Sherry had a falling out with Candace first, according to Allie, right? Am I correct?
Yep.
So the question I have is, where does DHS play in? Because I know, look, I had a bit myself. I had a bit of a dilemma with ex-in-laws who wanted custody of my children when they were babies, and they called social services on me. And when they called, of course, everything was dropped, but they had to contact the children's father. So I know that once DHS comes in, they usually contact the other parent.
Yes. But you gotta understand though, darling, okay? I didn't get in very much have that much contact until the factor of when Hunter first went to the first group home in 20, I think the ending of 21 20 to 20, no, the ending of 21 to 22.
Right. So this all took place in 2020 and 2021. So I thought that you and Allie had made up in 2018 when you went to court.
And no, we didn't make up in 18. I actually in 18, all right, is when I due to child support that I failed to pay when I was younger, was a blessing because it gave me Hunter's current address at the time, which was Tennessee, Kingsport, but a different house. And I used that and I ran with it. And I took her to court, filed for parental kidnapping, whole freaking nine. But
okay, so when DHS got involved, did they reach out to you?
No. At the time in 2018, I did not have them involved at all. I just went straight to family court and filed paperwork.
Okay, so after 2018, at any time did DHS contact you?
For anything that went on
prior
down
to
there.
going missing.
I almost didn't buy this NFL wallet, but when Black Friday hit and it was up to 42% off, I finally...
No, I'm saying prior. Sorry, I had a thing. But no,
between 2018 and prior to summer go.
Kingsport, but a different house. And I used that and I ran with it. And I took her to court, filed for parental kidnapping, whole freaking nine. But
okay, so when DHS got involved, did they reach out to you?
No. At the time in 2018, I did not have them involved at all. I just went straight to family court and filed paperwork.
Okay, so after 2018, at any time did DHS contact you?
For anything that went on
prior
down
to
there.
going missing.
No, I'm saying prior. Sorry, I had a thing. But no,
between 2018 and prior to summer go. I guess I'm looking for like 2020 and 2021. I'm trying to figure out because Sherry did they all did.
Well, I heard this is the thing. In 2018, 19, 20, Allison's grandmother was living with them. And as far as I know, the only time I got any calls or anything that had to do with what you call DHS, I call CPS. So
Yeah, we call it CYF over here. I'm not you.
it's different states, different things, you know. But they never got a hold of me until for any situation that had to do with Hunter until they were looking to place him somewhere outside of his mother's house in
Okay, so
late
was that
21
because
early
of
22.
DHS or was that because of his charges?
Yes, the charges that he wound up having that put him on probation was before Summer went MIA.
Right. So, but did they remove him from the home and put him in the group home due to DCS, or did they
Due to
do
his,
it
due to
because?
his, due to, they removed him from the home due to the fact there is what is on the paperwork that I'm only going to give you a little bit of the paperwork. I don't need to get
No,
in too
I
much
don't
trouble
want
on my end. Lack of structure.
lack of structure. So, do you know what Sherry's charges were?
Sherry, on the other hand, she's got.
Yeah, Selena, I'm in Pittsburgh.
Listen, last I knew, she lost her grandkids.
Okay, which kids did she have custody of Hunter?
No, Allison's. She lost Allison's sister's kids.
Okay, so it wasn't Allie's kids at all.
No, she never once had custody of any of Allison's kids.
Okay,
Wait a
well,
minute.
since then,
Wait, I got a question
have
real quick.
you?
Hold on.
What's up?
I thought not Grandbun, but the other one, Sherry, right? That's her name. That's who we're
Nope.
talking about.
Yeah.
Sherry.
I thought she had True, or was it
Nope.
Grandbun?
Nope.
One of them had custody of True.
Nope. No,
Yeah, that's
no.
what I
The
thought.
only one that has custody of True
Sherry,
is True.
the younger one.
Nope. The only one that has custody of True is True.
I
Well,
thought
True's 18.
they told Molly and Betty that the youngest one and True were in one of the other two's custody.
Nope. They can't send it off. They can't send it to Sherry. They couldn't send them to Sherry because Sherry has yeah, a bunch
Charges,
of other
which is
shit
what
going
I'm
on.
trying
Charges
to
on her.
get to. So
Alright, so
Sherry, in the interview they did with JLR and them when they pulled up on the street, which was bullshit in my opinion.
Yep.
But when they pulled up on the street and they stopped them, Sherry was telling them that DHS was involved and that Dawn had done something to one of her grandchildren. And that Dawn was giving the kids weed.
The only thing I can tell you is that as far as I know,
Still using hormone pills, patches, or creams that barely work? They have to pass through your liver or skin.
I couldn't really tell you because I don't really talk.
Opinion.
Yep.
But when they pulled up on the street and they stopped them, Sherry was telling them that DHS was involved and that Dawn had done something to one of her grandchildren. And that Dawn was giving the kids weed.
The only thing I can tell you is that as far as I know, I couldn't really tell you because I don't really talk to them due to
Well, that's what my question to you was did DHS at any point contact you and tell you what those charges were? Here's what I'm doing. I'm trying to figure
the
out.
only charges I got right now is that Allison has educational neglect.
Okay, I'm not talking about Ellison. I'm talking about
But
Sherry.
Sherry, on the other hand, I don't talk to Sherry like that. I never have. Not even when they were living up here. I avoided her like she had the plague.
I mean, the fact that they were at Chili's together, in March tells you that somebody's lying. Because
Oh,
it
yeah.
was spoken that they didn't, it was said that they didn't speak since October, right?
Oh.
And that Sherry had even had a fight before Candace and Allie had the fight. I mean, at least that's what I gathered. So why is Sherry at restaurants with Candace in March? You understand where I'm going?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm getting
Let's
over
say
that.
for
I
me,
do have
excuse me 1 minute, ladies. Miss Hickler, can we please refrain from Jose's name on here, please? I mean, I know you're just, trying to put out some information for those who are new over here. I understand that, and I appreciate that, but let's not use his name, please.
Did I use his name?
No. I was talking to somebody in chat.
Okay, so now I have another round of questions for you. I want to go back to Jose.
Somebody said Sherry got child abuse, neglect, and endangerment charges.
Yes, she did. I'm looking for the dates on them, and I'm trying to
those
figure
I
out
don't
exactly what them
Wasn't that in
charges.
2017 when she got them charges?
It had to be.
2017.
No, when I went down in 18 to pick up Hunter, she had the grandbabies with her at the time. So it must have been between 18 and
In 2020.
Yeah, because in 19 I didn't even stay long enough. I went down, picked Hunter up, and then as soon as he got in the car, we went over to the local gas station, filled up, and left.
Well, I mean, because she stated that her charges were she stated her charges were due to something to do with Dawn because Candace and Grandis came in, barged in the house, grabbed True. We all know the story.
Yeah.
So, okay, another question.
Okay,
I can't find the clip I'm looking for, but it was said at one point that when Candace came to Allison's house the next day, that she came with a truck full of televisions and stuff. I can't find the clip. I'm trying to figure out if Hunter ever said anything to you about that.
No, actually, this is the first I'm hearing of it.
I thought it was on Unmasked. So if anybody can go to my channel and lead me to that clip, I'd really appreciate it. I think I'm losing my mind and I don't remember where I seen it. Okay, and now I want to ask you about Jose a couple things.
Oh boy, I can only give you as much as I'm allowed.
Yeah, I know.
There's being secretive about it.
as he knows.
So I guess what I want to ask is, what do you know about Jose's past prior to him going to Tennessee with you?
He was living with my brother Jeffy for a little while.
No, prior to that, did you know him prior to him?
Prior to that, I did not know who he was.
Okay, has he ever said anything to you about living in California prior to him recently going there before he supposedly passed away?
No.
The 16 by 20 was less than $15. Such an affordable way to knock out presents this year or decorate your space.
Okay. I found
My brother Jeffy for a little while.
No, prior to that, did you know him prior to him?
Prior to that, I did not know who he was.
Okay, has he ever said anything to you about living in California prior to him recently going there before he supposedly passed away?
No.
Okay. I found...
No, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. You got it. For those who are just popping in, I have Miss Dippy and I have Miss Crystal crying. Time. But no. Prior to that, I only have information from somebody who wants to remain anonymous, but is close to the family. And it's not good information, but I do not.
Can you tell me, was his wife's name Lydia by chance?
That I don't know. I never asked.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that you answered what you could.
Well, I'm just being honest. Certain things I can say, certain things I don't. He talked to Justin. Yes, he did talk to Justin.
Yeah, no, I know he did, but that definitely was Jose on Justin's channel.
Yeah.
But the thing about that is that there's a lot of speculation going on with his death right now.
Yeah, I don't understand his obituary. There's no family listed. There's no his date. If you go into
the only thing that was correct. Listen, the only thing that was correct on that piece of paper outside of the time and place was how he passed. That was
See,
it.
I didn't
Everything
even
else was just
see
malarkey.
that. I'm looking at the obituary I'm finding online.
Well, I mean, he was saying how they were saying how much his kids meant to him, but yeah, his kids weren't mentioned. Don't
Well,
he
they're
have
not
like
Well,
four?
mentioned,
but
and there is a tribute book online to him, and the only people that have signed this tribute book are people from YouTube. There's no family in the tribute book. There's no family anywhere in any articles. There's no listing of his.
His,
There's nothing.
wait, isn't his family mostly from Mexico though, or somewhere like that?
no, nope.
They all are from New York,
Uh-huh.
California.
Well,
That I don't know.
I think
But
it was
most of his
California.
family are up here with me.
can you tell me, is he from your part of New York or is he from the Brooklyn part of New York?
I know him from where I'm at. Outside of where he was before here, I could not tell you.
New York is.
I don't really know.
Can I ask you why you took this man you don't know nothing about with your children in a car on such a long trip?
It was his
Because
brother's.
I knew him for a few years and he seemed like an alright person
Okay.
until
So
after.
you knew him for 3 years. Okay.
Well,
I knew him for a while, but like I said, he wasn't even supposed
Jeff,
to go.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So I
He
mean,
wasn't even supposed to go.
that would be
A week prior,
all the questions.
but listen, a week prior to us leaving, he said straight up stated he found somewhere else. He didn't want to go, and then the day of, he's like, "Oh, I'm going." We're like, okay.
So wait, you stated that he was supposed to take over the payments for the storage, right?
No. The only person I was supposed to take payment over of a storage was my brother's ex-girlfriend when we got up here, because we had gotten a secondary storage up here for our things, and yeah, that was a shit show.
Okay. All right. I thought I must have misunderstood. I thought,
Because when we arrived, it was basically we had to find somewhere for our families to go.
you know, did he have access to that storage after you left?
Yeah, they did.
Who's that?
There was a couple items we left behind for Don and Candace.
Can I ask what?
Well, Candace and Allie. Let me rephrase that. Now it's so.
Can I ask what those?
I met Candace at the Dollar Tree out there with Allison because she was driving Allison around.
Right. I remember that.
Yeah.
Can I ask what items you left in storage for them?
We left a what I call a fat boy recliner chair, and I believe a table.
Okay. All right.
What is Lisa J talking about?
So, all right, I'm just so confused by all this Jose stuff and by Sherry's charges. Like, we all know they're there, and you know everybody's come on.
Sherry was never a nice woman.
Well, what can you tell us about her?
She takes after her mother too well. Her grandmother is a grumpy lady and stuck on her ways. Sherry wound up becoming the same as her mother. But the grandmon, as we all know her. Okay.
Okay. So
Softened up for a little while, but Sherry never
ago
did.
did Sherry move to Tennessee from?
From my understanding, because you have to remember this key thing, Allison took off out of state on my visitation without my knowledge. So as far as I know, all three of them left at the same time.
The number one trick to lift saggy boobs forever. You put your bra on first thing in the morning. Everything.
Okay.
Hey, did you hear?
Tennessee from?
From my understanding, because you have to remember this key thing, Allison took off out of state on my visitation without my knowledge. So as far as I know, all three of them left at the same time.
Okay.
Hey, did you hear?
So
did you see the question in chat?
What's up?
Did you see what Sarah asked in chat?
I
She said,
must
Andrew,
have missed it.
question.
I'm
Do
sorry, guys.
you think possibly that Jose is in protective or safe place or identity protection program?
No, he's not. I know exactly. I'm not being an ass.
It was just
I'm not
amazing.
going to be an ass. Thank you, Sarah, so much, honey. Drew asked us not to speak of him. Yes. I do know, okay, because I'm really uncomfortable speaking of the dead, especially him of all people. But I do know that his ashes are with family.
Okay, so
And-
everybody's trying to say that he's not passed on?
Oh no, he is.
No, I
Because
believe
I
he's
haven't
passed
had to live
on.
with all the trials.
But listen, here's my thing, okay? I posted up a lot of what was it? Last weekend that I was gonna make a live about, but I didn't because I was 1, pissed off, 2, pissed off, 3, pissed off. But given that my irritation's already here today, I can honestly tell you the circumstances surrounding Jose's passing, okay, is that he never used needles. Ever.
Oh, so they are saying it's an overdose. I missed all those videos. I've had my great.
Oh no, honey. No. It's not they are saying, it's definitive.
Okay, so back to Sherry for 1 minute. She
Yep.
lived in New York. Were you around them a lot?
In the beginning, when I was younger, yes. Back when I first got Allison pregnant, yes, and then I went about my way because, young, dumb, you're gonna do what you want to do. After that, I was in and out every other weekend only because I had, every weekend only because I had visitations with my son every weekend.
So did you ever
But
see her personally abuse the children or give the children drugs?
no, you also have to remember at the time he was like 7, so.
Okay, when Allison had Hunter, wasn't she underage?
Allison, I think Allison's only like a year below me, I think. I think she's like 32. I mean, 33, 34.
So was you around during that time? Did you ever see Sherry abusing Allie?
No, I didn't even see her. I didn't see any of that. So, I mean, I didn't see anything because 90% of the time I didn't want to see anything or I was just too drunk to give a shit.
All right, I get that. I get that.
Well, hey, when you're young, you really don't pay a lot of attention.
I'm just, in my opinion, I feel like I don't believe that any of them people had anything to do with Summer going missing. I mean, personally, Candace was the last person to see Summer, and this isn't a soap opera. This is an actual real child, a real missing child,
Oh, yeah.
But there are real circumstances that could have led up to her disappearing, and some of them could be the DHS involvement with Sherry and Dawn, because like I said, Sherry stated that her charges came from Dawn, from something that happened with Dawn. Candace tried to say, I was giving the kids weed, and no, it was Candace and Dawn that were giving the kids weed. Those are her words, Sherry's words. If you go back and listen, yes. So I'm just trying to understand, because Dawn took off in October of 2020, and it's been stated that it was because of Josie. Now, we don't know why. I don't know. You and Allie were on Prayer Garden's panel one night, and I asked Allie if she knew why Dawn had gone to Utah, and she stated it was because Dawn was giving Josie weed or something. So, but then we get the statements from Sherry, and just to me, it seems like they coincide together. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to figure out what it is, because somebody's lying about something when it comes to the whole DHS situation. Dawn says they were there to shut DHS down the day prior to Summer going missing, but that's the same day as Jackie Dobbs and Jody Sue and all the fighting and all that other stuff. And Jody Sue has stated that DHS was there the day prior to Summer going missing. But at what time? And then you have the police report where Allison wants her kids off the hill. And then there's another report where somebody wants Cameron off the hill, children. You know what I mean? So it seems to be an ongoing thing. But the question is, why? Do you understand what I'm saying? And I guess
I got the call when Hunter called me shortly after after the whole incident with Allison, Candace, and Jose. And Allison told me that that I guess they were screwing around and whatnot, and
My energy bill dropped from $150 to $50 by doing this. My friends laughed at me when I spent $49.
Allison caught him, and Allison, Candace, and Jose. And Allison told me that that I guess they were screwing around and whatnot, and Allison caught him, and she was no longer friends with her, and that she had to have, there was a big rigmarole about getting the kids off the hill, and it's like, you couldn't have just gone up and got the damn kids?
I mean, but is it true? Has your son ever said to you that, no, we didn't want to leave the hill, we were there, like, we didn't want to go home with our mother?
No, he never once said that to me. He just thought it was a big joke.
This is insanity.
Yeah, you also got to understand, he is at that age where he thinks just about everything's a joke.
Yeah, well, he's a teenager.
Yeah, exactly, that's what I'm saying. He thinks, he thinks the shit he's wrapped up in now is a joke. So,
but the kids have been removed from Allie's custody, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. But you don't think that has anything to do with Sherry?
This is all Allison. I can guarantee you that right now. This is all Allison. Every ounce of it.
Okay, well, I guess.
I got the DCS paperwork to prove it, but I can't share that.
Yeah, no, don't show it. And that's what I was saying, because I know, like, for a fact they contact the other parent when there's a case open. So I was just baffled by why you.
I got the CPS. I got their current DCS worker on speed dial.
Okay, well, don't tell us that. You'll get yourself in trouble and not be able to CH further. Although he's almost 18 now, so.
Yeah, next year.
Yeah.
Don't remind me.
Yeah.
Me and getting old.
Nothing wrong with getting old.
Oh, listen, I do gotta tell him. I do gotta give my boy this though. Okay, I'll give my boy this. He may have done a lot of dumb shit, got caught up with a lot of stupid people, but you know what? At least he's held true to the one promise he made me back when he was 7 years old. Okay, he promised. I told him, listen, I don't care as long as you are right. You don't get into too much trouble and you live your life. Just promise me you won't make me a granddaddy before I'm 40. And so far, we're good.
He's too young to do that. Let's hope that's a long ways away.
Please, let's not even jinx him on that.
You know, and I think
I was going on 18 I was 18 when he popped out.
Yeah, I was 17 when I had my first. Life's much harder now, though.
22.
Oh yeah. That's why, but I'm glad he hasn't popped me out any grandbabies, so I'm happy.
Well, and the other thing is, and I hate to say this, Andrew, and I don't mean to say it rudely, but he's rather immature for his age. Yeah. The fact that he's gotten into trouble and, you know.
I have to say this,
he really,
lack of structure.
Right. Exactly. I was going to say, you got to remember, he didn't have Andrew in his life, particularly growing up, so he didn't have that male figure. All he had was the women men in his life, per se. Because I'm sorry, Sherry.
Well, I think it's even a little more than that, like just the chaos that surrounded his life. Andrew living in one state alley, going to another.
Oh yeah.
Sherry would allow.
What's this about a gun getting pulled? The fuck? What's this about a gun getting pulled on Allison from Candace?
Oh.
Where the hell did that come from?
What? Who said that?
I
I'm reading
remember
chat
Allison
that's
telling
talking.
the
Candy
story
said
about
the
the
other night
snake.
she has never pulled a gun on anybody, including the cops, like they all thought.
Yeah, the DHS worker from Arkansas.
Oh yeah, whatever.
But it's on her charges that she did. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
but she
thrown
said
out, but
it was
she
it
was
was right
charged.
here and she went to move it, and the lady just, I don't know. I mean, I could see that happening too, though.
You know,
I'm not
Andrew,
saying she did it or not. She said she did it though.
I didn't mean to bombard you. I know we don't.
No, it's all right. Like I said, I can only answer as much as I know and as much as I'm allowed to, given the current circumstances of what's going on.
So, are you allowed to say, is Hunter at home with Allie now?
No, he is not.
Okay. Is he in a lockup or is he in a foster home?
He's not in a lockup.
Okay. So, can you elaborate a little bit on his charges with the stolen car?
Done and over with.
It's over with?
Yeah.
Done and over with.
That's been
as soon as they released him off probation, it was done and over
So
with.
he is off of probation for that.
Yep.
Good boy.
Well,
Okay.
if he just get calm and a little bit down to earth, he could probably stay out a little bit more trouble.
Well, here's the thing, though. All right, here's the thing. What New York calls overly strict, Tennessee calls structured. So.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Night Owl, if I can remember correctly, that 911 call was put out by Blowhorn Betty. Sorry for the name, I can't stand her. Anyway, so that 911 call was put out. There is definitely, a police report, and they didn't pull that from whatever's being investigated with Summer's record. So, I mean, that's good. That means maybe.
Sorry, I was reading comments. Sorry, it wasn't laughing. Why would she leave her children? Why would she run out and leave her children? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, according to Allison, she was upset that Candace was messing with Jose, and Candace had stolen some money from her, and she decided that night that they couldn't be friends anymore. So she was crying all night, and she got up and left, and then Candace wouldn't allow the kids to leave. So she left them without her children.
Oh, all right.
No, she was talking about the gun issue, not that part. She said that Allison left when.
Yeah, but Amber Lee, that's complete malarkey.
Like, my kids would be at that door before I would if she pulled a gun.
Right. But I don't think Allie never said that Candace pulled a gun on her. She said that Candace pulled a gun on a snake.
That's what that Connie just said. Connie said that she pulled a gun on Allison.
I haven't heard.
I don't ever remember that.
About the snake. And what's so funny about that is Jody Sue claims that she was Candace's snake caregiver. Like, she'd come over and tell her if the snakes were good or bad.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay.
Well, nothing wrong with being a snake. Nothing wrong with being a connoisseur of animals. There's nothing wrong with that.
There ain't nothing wrong with it, but look who it's coming from.
But as for Amber Lee, you what information you're putting out here in chat is misinformation. Because like I said, I have copies of all reports and everything that's going on. So what information you're trying to divulge here is misinformation. Let's not. Give me a minute. I gotta grab my coffee, please.
Well, and that's why I'm here asking questions. I want to see what you know, what is misinformation and what is not. Yeah, I see. You should both feel the same way.
So it'd be like 90.9% false.
Yeah, well, I mean, except for he couldn't.
A lot of stuff we do know could be true, but we really don't know because it's what people are saying that this person said.
Ladies,
until we hear from
ladies, off topic, but do these jeans make my ass look big?
Oh God!
Oh my God!
I don't know. My thing was I'm trying to put together where Sherry stands because
right now, Sherry is wrapped up in her own drama, and she was barely ever around Allison after her drama started.
Okay.
I'm trying to put it in a way that I understand it as well as it's easier.
Isn't
because
that kind of
honestly, as far as I know, they ain't spoken in a while. So
Isn't that
like
kind of ironic?
hung out in a while. Outside of when Summer went MIA.
She don't want
Yeah.
to.
She
She
said
want
something
nothing
last
to do
night
with
that
Candace
the
because of all the
boys said
drama.
that they didn't
Or
want to go
Sherry,
back
but
home
look at all
and
the shit
was
she's in now.
I just really personally would like to talk to Sherry if she would ever be willing, but I mean, she seems to be talkative. She didn't mind talking to other people.
well. Listen, Amber Lee, the information that you put out here, honey, is not true. Mind you, I have all reports of everything because obviously I'm part of the whole mess that Allison got into. It was not just on her. I mean, on Hunter. It was on her to get him signed into school, and come to find out, she didn't.
This Amber
Alright,
person's
let's-
saying that Sherry and them stayed with her when they moved down there. If I'm not
No.
mistaken, I saw that.
Maybe in the beginning before I knew where the hell anybody was, but outside of that, I mean, I was there when Hunter took the call. Oh, okay. Slow down. Okay, slow down. All right. So you might know more about what, but I got the report. So all I'm going on is on the report. So I don't know what happened before the report. So please excuse my information. I guess it's before and what was actually reported. And Stephanie, yes, he did OD. And no, I don't think it was himself doing it.
So in that report you got from DHS, is Sherry named in it at all as to be away from
No.
children? No.
It was the only adults that were named were Allison and myself, and that's due because I am dad.
Oh boy. There's no way you could go fight for H?
I
in New
am
York?
right now.
Good.
Oh no, sir, I'm not Amber Lee. I'm not saying that you're wrong or anything. I'm just saying you know before what happened before, but I had the report, so it took me a minute to remember who you were, and I'm sorry. I haven't seen you in a while.
All right.
But she did. Okay.
I'm gonna jump
Then
down.
I don't know what report said that done.
I'm gonna jump down. I asked you my questions. Thank you for the
All
answer.
right, thank you, Crystal.
All right. If I have any more, I'll be back.
All right, honey.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
This little light of mine has been